Hey there, this is Rowley. I'm helping you speak your authentic truth, sidestep the mind-numbing roar of the masses, and of course, lift a middle finger to mediocrity. This is Copy That Speaks. Why force yourself to outshout the competition just to get your brand noticed?
You don't have to anymore. Welcome to Copy That Speaks.
Good evening and welcome to Copy That Speaks. A little bit confession right here at the beginning. I'm so excited that I forgot to give Mr. Rowley his Bubba drink. So I'm busy running around here going, oh yeah, I got this, lights, camera, action. Forgot about everything except hydration. So Lee, thank you. And I have to say, Lee, as we get ready to kick off our show this evening, I noticed that today you were a little bit, I don't want to say on edge, brother, but you had a little, I don't want to say chip. I don't want to say that, Lee, but you just had a little something going on today. I wasn't really sure. Mm-hmm. Why don't you give me a little bit of what's been on your mind lately?
You know, I came in here with the plan of ranting about this.
Oh, good.
Well, but then, the more I thought about it, I was like, do I want to be the kind of person who rants about something that happens in marketing? Do I want to, do I want to be the better person? Do I want to be the 1,000 points of Lee? A kinder, gentler Lee?
I'm sorry. Did you just say the 1,000 points of Lee channeling your George Bush? Is that... The late George Bush. Don't want anyone ticked
really,
off.
do I want to sink to those depths?
I say sink.
I say, let's fire it up. Let's go.
All right, so talk to me about it, brother. I got two graphics here. I'm going to go with the first one.
Yeah, okay. So like most people on LinkedIn who have a decent number of followers, I get a lot of pitches. They're all cut and paste. And like a lot of them now are like, they call it permission marketing because, they're like, hey, want to come watch this video? And I'm like, well, great. I was just hoping somebody would send me a video about their company, So, I kind of learned that this is just part of, if you're going to be on LinkedIn, you got to put up with this crap. And they're just terrible. This jackass sends me the exact same cut and paste message 3 frickin' times.
Oops.
Like, no, yeah, he'll change the first line, but then everything else was just the same. And I'm like, wait a minute. You failed to grasp my attention. You failed to pull me in the first time. Right. What the hell makes you think that sending it to me a second time and then a third time is going to make me go, oh, wow, God, jeez, what was I thinking?
Right.
Of course I want to come to this, but,
So this graphically that we have here, it highlighted in pink, it says, I am here to sell the platform and not chit-chat and be fake. I'm sorry, I'm not even smart enough to know. Is that Long Island? Are you from Long Island? Is that what LI friends mean?
LinkedIn.
Oh, brain tumor. Cut me some slack. Don't make fun of mentally challenged people. So it's not Long Island, it's LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn friends.
Well,
it says it works.
So what happened is, like, after the third time this guy did this, I was just like, all right, fine, let's see how this works. And so I replied, I said, you know what, thank you so much for thinking of me. I'm set, I've got clients, a 6-month wait list, I don't really need this right now. But how would you like, I'm willing to donate. I'm willing to donate an hour of my time to help you write messages that connect, because I really think that you've got a lot of potential to do this, right. To really connect with your audience and to build those conversions, to build those relationships. Okay, so this guy immediately goes into chest thumping mode, and he's all, well, you're wrong, and my copy's great, and 3 other copywriters have told me this, and I've smoked them all, and I've get 50% conversion rates, and I'm rah, 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 rah. And then he leads into this, which is the line that just really chapped my ass. Okay, can you read this again? Because I don't think I can make this past my lips.
Okay, so now is this the one where he's saying, I am here to sell the platform and not chit-chat and be fake LinkedIn friends?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Look,
yeah,
I'm here to sell. And you know what the implication of that is? Do you know what the implication of that is? The implication is that fucking LinkedIn that all 500 million people are there just for him to sell to.
Ooh, good point.
Look at that. You know, it's no longer a network to make connections. It's no longer a place to grow.
Right.
And expand your knowledge and
Right.
expand your influence and find people that you can help. No, we're all just here for Captain Jackass to sell to.
All right.
Come on now.
Okay. So, all
Unbelievable.
right, let me say hello to the caller. You continue on.
Okay.
I'll say hello to the caller real quick. So,
Go right ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Good evening, caller. Hang on for 1 second. I want to make sure that before we say hello, Lee no longer has his head in his hands. So before we say hello to the caller, let me guess, Lee, this just evolved because I'm looking at the next post that you have, and he just decides to give you a lesson. I think he calls you dumb, right? So clearly you struck a nerve with this Neanderthal.
And he blocked me. He blocked me.
No.
I'm bereft of his wisdom and intellect now. I'm blocked. I'm forever barred from his world because whatever shall I do without a cut and paste marketer? Up yours, buddy.
Oh, you killed me. All right, so let's do this, Lee. Let's go. So, do you think you've sufficiently, what did Seinfeld, Kramer? Serenity now. Serenity now. Do you think you've finally pulled that off? Should we get to the caller?
Kinder, gentler Lee.
1,000 points of Lee.
1,000 points of Lee.
As I call it, therapy. Lee is such a great name. You could just build anything into it. Good evening, caller. Who do we have with us? Hello? Caller? 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 All right, so let's imagine for a second we had a caller on the other line. I think I've done everything right. Let's try this. No, that's all good. Good there. Says caller. Ooh. All right, so we'll do this. We're going to drop the caller one more time, and then we'll wait to see what goes on. But so talk to me a little bit, because, we've talked about plastic fruit before. Mm-hmm. We've done some of these other things. I know that the templatized copy, and that's clearly what this was all about. Mm-hmm. It just really gets your goat, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because what it says to me is that you're not a potential long-term valued client or customer. I don't care about you. I care about your credit card number, and that's all I want, and I'm entitled to it. Bullshit.
Okay.
You're not entitled to anything. All right.
All right. Are you good?
Yes.
You good? I have some incense. We could do some yoga. Should we cut to commercial, or are you ready for the caller?
Let's go right ahead.
Okay. Good evening, caller. Who is this, please?
Hi, this is Derek.
Hey, Derek of Derek Noel Fitness. What's the chance of that happening? Talk about synchronicity. I'm saying it all the time, Lee. Derek, how are you, brother?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing really good. But I know you didn't call to chit. Is that the term, chit-chat with your LI friend? Your Long Island friend, Brian, you called to talk to Lee. So, Lee, say hello to Derek. Derek, say hello to Lee Rowley.
Hey, Derek, what's up, man?
How's it going, Lee?
Hey, happy as can be.
All right, so I would like to facilitate, if you don't mind, a conversation between you two guys. Because, Derek, here's the thing. We know that you have, and I'll put the graphic up here on the board real quick, Derek Noel Fitness. And I have to tell you, I loved your idea of damn near faultless. I just thought that was a great DNF, damn near faultless. So, Derek Lee, so that you know, should I do a little bit of interest of full disclosure here?
Disclosure is always a good thing.
Disclosure is always a good thing. But to be transparent, right? I want to follow past and future presidents. Always want to be transparent. Good role models that they are. Derek Noel is a certified personal trainer, a chef, knows his way around a gym and a kitchen.
Nice.
And, I should mention, has very graciously agreed to babysit me through my recovery, through my surgery. So starting next week, Derek Noel will be the one cracking the whip. What was the one, Cuba Gooding Jr. squirting the other guy with the fire hose with the water jug over his head? Derek is going to be my personal trainer and beat me like a hammer on an anvil, beat me back into health. So right. I think is that a fair assessment, Derek, of our relationship?
Yeah, sounds about right. I was thinking more Indiana Jones whip, but...
Indiana Jones. Well, now you're going to hit it off great with this crew, pal. Actually, now I don't want anyone to accuse me of culturally appropriating, so I'll just Well, I just think that joke is better. I just keep that to myself. All right, Derek and Lee. Derek, give me an idea. Lee, as you know, I think is absolutely brilliant. I call it therapy, which basically means whenever I have a question and I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this work? I turn to Lee for just advice on how do you build this, how do you build that. So why don't you go ahead and pop a question out to Lee so we know exactly what it is that you're thinking about.
Well, there's actually still quite a bit because I'm currently in the physical space in person, and it's moving more into, or I'm trying to move at least more into the online space, so that way I don't get trapped by that money for time thing.
Okay.
And based on that, as someone who, has followed a lot of social media influencers and stuff like that, I kind of see what they're doing on the surface, but I've been really trying to dig deep and figure out how they're going about things on the back end, and I know a lot of that has to do with selling as well.
So when you talk about being in the physical space, just because I need to catch up a little bit here, in terms of being a personal trainer, in terms of being a chef, I know that I'm looking at you to be the guy that rides in, to save the day, both physically and in terms of, my diet as well. Is that something that you want to be able, you like a package deal, if you will, so you're going to offer to your clients both, the gymnasium and the refrigerator or the stove kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, in the physical space, I'm using as a term of you see me in person whenever we're training, and that really has a very big location restriction.
Okay.
Whereas moving into the online space, I can still provide workouts. I can do either weekly or multi-weekly check-ins. I can provide customized nutrition to you as an individual, to make sure that it fits your body, because not everyone is the same. It's not a cookie cutter kind of deal.
Wow, Lee, I see why he digs you. This whole thing of not a cookie cutter.
Right on.
Everyone's unique, everyone's different, and him wanting to craft a plan, for both barbell and fork, knife and fork, to be able to do it all. Derek, is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. So what can we work on for you today that you feel will give you the biggest impact? I mean, you got the name down. And what was the name again? Is it damn near?
I had damn near faultless is
Damn
in
near
the logo,
Okay.
right? Because if you're a personal trainer and a chef, you want someone their body and their outlook to be damn near faultless, which I love the fact that it rhymed with Derek Noel Fitness. But I'm the one that thought LI stood for Long Island, so
Okay.
don't let me get in the way.
Okay. So I think there's maybe so I saw one of your posts today, and you were talking about how you had taken a break from everything. I mean, it seemed it was the geared maybe more toward the nutrition board. You said you could eat whatever you wanted, and you talked about how it really didn't impact you. I mean, like what to you? Because I mean, to me that sounded profound, because I did a lot of research over the last few days, just talking about what people are saying in different areas where they're talking about physical fitness and training and nutrition and so forth. And there's all these marketers that are talking about go hard, like focus on the hustle and grind, step it up, sore or sorry, or better sore than sorry. Nothing tastes as good as being fit feels. So it's like push, 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 go, go, go. It's kind of like the Gary Vaynerchuk of the fitness world. Everybody's trying to be that. So what intrigued me about that post is that I feel like you're taking a little bit different approach, and I'm wondering if maybe that has a place in your marketing.
Yeah, I think it actually could, because like you said, a lot of people are really about the whole grind it out. I need to spend so much time in the gym. And then what that ends up is neglecting family, neglecting your work, because you're spending too much time either eating and shelving your face, the whole six meals a day adage. And for some people, it can really take over their life, and that's really overwhelming for a lot of people. What I'm aiming to do is to show I'll say the average Joe, even though that's a blanket term, that you can still be very healthy and live an active lifestyle without having to worry about, I need to only eat like one cheat meal every 3 months. I can't enjoy it. I can't go out to dinner with my family. I have to be spending 3 hours in the gym. I don't have a social life anymore. Stuff like that.
So the healthy without rigidity, really, without having, being stuck. Yeah, because, I know the coaches and trainers in the health space always say that, people they get just so burnt out on diets and they burn out on workouts. Everything they do, it just becomes that monotony. And, it's something I've experienced firsthand. Not that you can tell I've ever been inside the gym, but, believe it or not, I know what they look like.
Well, Lee, if I could interrupt, one of the things that I thought when I heard him say that was just an understanding of what do you want to be fit for? Right? Like where everyone runs and goes, I want to do the gym because I want to be 2% body fat. I want to be this. I want to be that. But ultimately, and you taught me this, Lee, when you said, Bri, it's 3 a.m.
Right.
What's ricocheting around your mind that caused you to wake up unable to fall back to sleep? It's 3 a.m. What's the question? What would seem to me the question is, what the hell do you want to be fit for? What is fitness like? Just like you said, what does it get you? What's the long tail? What's the end result? Just for whatever. That's what popped into what's left in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I heard that.
Absolutely, and that a lot of that answer I think is going to depend on Derek, who you choose as being your avatar, your customer persona. And when you and I talked on the phone the other day, you said that maybe you weren't real solid on that yet. Is that still true?
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit more thinking about it, and the more I think about it, the more what I told you holds true, which was I want to be able to help more the average male, maybe in his mid to late 20s, he has that job, that 9 to 5, that he feels super stressed out about, that he has those couple extra pounds to lose, that he wants to be able to get that six-pack, but he also needs to be able to balance the family life or his business life because he can't afford to spend, 3 or 4 hours in the gym every day.
Okay. He's probably kicking himself for it too, because in your mid to late 20s, you still think you're Superman. At that point, where if you get to be in your mid 40s, like I am, you just give up and
Youngins.
Go, yeah, right, whatever.
Youngins, whatever, mid 40s.
It is what it is.
I've got handguns that are 40 years old, mid 40s. Somebody help me.
Right on.
I thought I had
I
have a sound of a toilet here queued up, but I don't have the sound of a human vomiting. Oh, in the mid 40s, back in my day. Back in your day was 1999.
Yeah.
Back in your day.
Yeah. So, all right. So Derek, real quick. So we got kind of a little something to work off of. What? Can you tell me a little bit about? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but can you tell me a little bit about like maybe one of the best success stories that you've been able to create? Like the one that sticks out of your mind. Like, yeah, I'm proud of this. Well, I'm proud of what I did for this person.
Besides myself, because I was like 240 pounds at one point.
Well, okay.
That's a whole other conversation. Right now, I work for a business that specializes in their niche is basically soccer moms in their mid-30s who need a quick workout.
Mm-hmm.
I've helped a few people, not just one. There's one person who I'm actually helped gain weight back in the good way because she wants to go to conventions and dress up like Miss Marvel. And she was, I believe, 230 pounds when she had started with me, and I've been working very closely with nutrition with her. And she got down to 152 pounds, and like I said, we just actually started getting her to gain weight again because she wants to be able to have the shoulders of Miss Marvel.
Wow.
Okay. So what out of that? I mean, obviously we're talking about several different things here, but those are some good transformations, and those are stories that you can talk about across the board. When you're doing that now, have you started getting like video testimonials and things like that yet?
I've started talking to them about it so they can be prepared with what they want to say for them.
Okay, cool. Okay. I know some software applications that make that whole process a little bit easier because sometimes people like get camera shy and they don't they're like, oh, I don't know how to do this and so forth. So I can send you that later. But
That's a big point too, Lee.
Yeah.
I've seen people on camera that you think they're going to be great, and that red light goes on. That's why I have the duct tape in the bag. You have to put duct tape over the light so that people can't see it because they just get on camera and freeze. That's a valid point. All right.
well, yeah, I was there not too long ago.
Not true.
That was one of the.
Not true. All right. I'm sorry. I'll let you get back to it. Excuse me.
Okay. Okay. So if you're going for the mid to late 20s, let's say mid to late 20s, and they may or may not be married, and if they have children, they're probably small children. Yes. So they're really they're family folks at this time, but maybe they've stopped on their way from the shower and looked in the mirror and went, wait a minute. So they're looking in that mirror and going, I've gained a few pounds here, and what do I do about this? And you start to lose energy and all that at that point too. So for those people, I mean, is that health without rigidity, is that an important thing for them? I mean, how does, again, I want to know just from your perspective, how your approach is different from all the other people out there who are targeting the same market.
So I think it does actually play a big role because there are people who can just jump right in and go, let's do this, no problem. All of a sudden they are completely on it. But let's face it, not everyone and not a lot of people can actually do that. They say you can build a new habit in 21 days, I think is the saying. But all of a sudden, if you try and throw 9 different habits at them at the same time, a lot of people will freeze up and they get overwhelmed, and then they just shut down and go right back to where they were before.
Okay.
My goal is to help build them over time into something that they can do, but I understand that it's not going to be all at once. You can't just all of a sudden be like, all right, I'm 20 pounds overweight, I'm just going to bench press 5 times a day in order to get the chest that I want and things like that.
Okay. So we're looking at some more realistic results then, right?
Yeah.
Because I know, we're like, look.
Sustainable results.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, there comes a point where you're not gonna go after the Mr. Universe title anymore because you just go, okay, that just didn't play out, especially when you have a wife and kids and all that stuff. So I'm gonna take a crack at this, and in fact, I've got something here. So just let me know. I can do this so and see if we want to play with this again.
The big reveal.
I love the power of 3s on this. Real men, real lives, real fitness.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Which could be tagline. I'm still not 100% on the order. Like, do I want to play with the order and put the fitness first? But the 3s. When you put things in 3s, especially starting 3 sentences with the same word, 3 phrases with the same word, that creates a very memorable tagline that really sticks in people's heads and makes it hard for them to forget about you when they're thinking about, God, I should be getting to a gym, but I don't have time. I don't have time to do all this and still take care of the kids and pick up groceries after work and do all this other stuff. So, I think that's what you're going about is like, realistically creating real health for people who are just living their lives. What say you?
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty spot on.
Okay.
Well, then let's do this, Derek. I know that we'll have an opportunity for you and Lee to catch up after the show. Lee, is that cool with you?
Absolutely.
We'll have an opportunity for you to catch up after the show to kind of iron it out a little bit to get right exactly what you want. Because Lee says to me whenever we go off air, we go, I really want this to work. I really want this to be something that people can sink their teeth into and run with. So I know you two will have a chance to catch up. Let me thank you, Derek, not only for calling in this evening and get a chance to hang with Lee, but thank you for your commitment to me, and we'll all get a chance to meet pretty soon in person. So thank you very much for agreeing to do that, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you guys for the opportunity, and thanks for having me on today.
Hey, thanks, Derek. We really appreciate it.
All right, Derek.
We'll
farewell.
talk soon.
All right, bye now.
All right, man.
All right, brother. So very nice. I love that threes, especially when you think about being. He's a personal trainer. He's a chef. He's all these other things. I really like that idea of things being in threes. But before we get ready to close, because I want to ask you how people can get involved. Right? There's only so many 20-minute phone calls you can get in a 1-week show, right? When you air the show once a week.
Sure, absolutely.
I want to get back to you, but what was it about this that was a challenge? What did you like about this particular call? And like, did it take you out of your comfort zone? Or do you ever feel like you're taken out of your comfort zone? Are you like, Bri, it's copy, I'm always in the groove? Or how do you have to adjust when you take a live call and you don't necessarily know what's coming?
It's still a work in progress. Right out, a lot of it for me now is just drawing on the fact that I've written in, I mostly write for coaches now, but I've written in so many niches for so many people that you just learn to adapt and think quickly. Because I've had a lot of emergency projects, and you wouldn't think there would be copywriting emergencies, but but they do exist for some reason, and just be able to do this. But what I really liked about the fitness is always a challenge, but what I really liked is that Derek wanted to do something different, because like what I usually see in the fitness world is I want to do what that guy does, or this lady does this, so and it worked for her, so you know what, just because it works for her doesn't mean it's going to work for you.
Sure.
Just because it works for him, if I tried to copy Russell Brunson down to the letter, it would not work, because I'm not Russell Brunson, and God help anybody who tries to be me. But that's what I'm saying. Is this like Derek was willing to do something different, which is made this an absolute delight. And the simplicity of what we came up with is I think beautiful, because it's just so memorable.
And I'll tell you something else I dig about the simplicity. When you think of barbells, there's not a lot of glamour. It's metal. They're They're metal barbells. Let me jump into the thread here real quickly. John, thank you for joining us. Candace and Henry, nice to see. Henry says, hi, guys, and congrats to Lee. John says, hey, everybody. Candace gives a peace sign. Wayne says, hello to all. Candace, she must be responding to something. She says, another Noel? Yes, another Noel. We like to keep it in the family. Henry says, hi, Derek. Candace says, good luck, Derek. Candace says also, what about equipment in the home and make it a family thing? Well, that's kind of cool, isn't it, Lee? Candace says, what about equipment in the home and making it a family thing?
Okay.
That's a great idea,
Yeah,
Candace.
absolutely.
That's a great idea. All right,
Absolutely.
so Lee, but let me do this real quickly, because I want you to be able to tell everyone how do we get the opportunity to work with you? What's the way, other than trying to get a call in to us here in the studio? In the closing 2 minutes, give me an idea. How can everybody work with you?
Absolutely. Well, I'm not taking on copy clients right now. I only work with a few clients as far as writing copy for them, and I'm actually kind of phasing out of that, and they understand that. Mostly what I'm doing right now is helping you write in your own voice. I'm doing this what's called collaborative copy coaching. So what we do is we take two sessions over Skype or Zoom. We take the first section to outline what you want to accomplish, and I give you the structure of how to write it and tips for creating it. Then you create a first draft. You come back. We go over how to make it stronger and really sing. And you know what? People are loving this because it's in their own voice. It drips of their own passion, okay? And you don't have to have that cut and paste stuff that, you have to get all defensive about, after these, like the thing is, who wants to have to be defensive about their copy? There's only two reasons to be defensive about your copy. And one of them is because, your marketing sucks. and I can't say what the other one might be, but, I don't want to imply anything here. But, all I want to say is that people who get defensive about their marketing usually can't market, can't write copy very well, and there may be other reasons, so we don't know what those are.
Did that cocktail weenie come with any sauce? It's just like spam on a stick?
No, man, it's just spam on a stick, dude. I'm not, you want it? I'm not touching it.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Just maybe Bob wants it.
Maybe.
Give it to
But
Bob.
I do have a maximum of 5 sessions a week. So shoot me an email. We'll put it in the link afterwards. And I'm working on getting a page set up so that you can order those directly online. So I'd be love to help. And, it'll be a great time.
All
It
right,
always
that's a
is.
wrap. Lee, thank you so much, brother. As always, Derek, thank you for calling in this evening. And thank for all of our watchers and listeners here in the thread. We got to get out of here or Wayne's going to be tracking both of us down. Have an absolutely thank you for hanging out with us here at Transitional Radio.